So we finally meet. If I'm not mistaken, you're Hare, the initiator of Project Stigma. Wow, our first meeting was hasty. Yet you still remember me. That warms my heart. I'm not human, but a brand new species brought to this world by the Project Stigma. To borrow a classical term, I'm a form. Maybe you met the enemy similar to me in the previous mazes. They're seeds of ideas, artificial life temporarily staying in an incomplete state. Are they talking in the spiritual world? Not so much talking as repeating. Yeah, they're only seeds of idea. They aren't capable of creating new ideas. Just like, oh, I'll save this example for later. Your existence is unstable. It allowed you to go unnoticed by Jigsaw and anti-entropy, but it also made it harder for me to find you. Whenever I was on your trail, you'd involuntarily disappear from reality and return to the world of ideas. Stigma space. So, what do you want from me? Perhaps something you yourself think is worthless. Purpose? An act. What you see as a way to pause people's stories, not redeeming those lives that were lost because of you. But what I see is a miraculous future. Because of your unique qualities, I'm gradually dying. So come then, do as you once had done. Transcribe my existence into pure data, preserved as an idea. After getting everything I'm after, I will show you in ways words never could. The true Project Stigma. What, you don't remember me? You have the nerve to appear before me. Good, I'll strike your fear into your spine. You're bad-tempered as usual. Sila, she's... Remember how we lost contact recently? So it was her. The woman who had returned the name Hare looked at the two who tensed up at the sight of her and smiled helplessly. She felt that she still lacked the ability to make friends. I understand how you feel now. I didn't know you well enough in the past, so I made some mistakes. But I'm afraid now's not the time for that after all. From what I know, there happens to be a person in the stream maze who might be of help to you. How about it? Do you want to go into the dreamland again and have a look? I'd be delighted if you were to believe me. You see, I've always been an honest person. Indeed, I'm afraid this is the meaning of eternal calamity, and that's without considering the complicated characteristics of the Bible universe. In the endless river of time, most things we've experienced have probably happened before in some form, and will probably happen again in another form. As someone who has witnessed banality, it should be easier for you to understand this than others. So, I don't think your last words have much value to them. Are you saying that I'm still talking nonsense before I die? Strictly speaking, I won't die. By human standards, what I am facing is not death, but a veritable farewell. which means you don't think this price can be easily accepted. Of course, do you think I'm an old person who has experienced a lifetime and has no more regrets? An incident from the distant past flashed in her mind. Anyway, why are we talking about this? I think that although you're supposed to be the stigma crystal of relief, you're actually quite a self-centered existence. By human standard, it can even be said that you're selfish. Alright. I admit that you're right, but so what? To be a selfish person, the destruction of a bubble universe and the death of its residents are nothing but the end of a group of irrelevant people. It has even less impact than the distinction of a rare species. So I'm curious about your motives for the upcoming operation. That's why I said, I'm afraid this is the meaning of eternal calamity. In the endless flow of time, everything we've experienced has already happened before in some form, and will probably happen again. Perhaps we'll have a conversation like this in another universe, and all the details could be the same. You should understand that what you're saying is the wishful thinking of a philosopher. But it's not impossible, right? If I must make an excuse for my selfishness, then I think that certain regret and fear of mine will keep repeating in the endless river of time. I find it unbearable. In the past, I usually played the role of a supporting character of destiny. Although I could do whatever I wanted, I couldn't change anything. So I started to plan a different way of life. I want to be my own protagonist and try not to do anything that I would regret later. As for the results, there are ups and downs. At least in terms of eternal calamity, I have a clear conscience right now. I don't understand why you need to make such a big detour. You just don't want to subjectively feel like you're a bad person. The reason for this may still be due to your physical traits as an idea. Forget it. Just do what you want. I don't want to make other criticism about you at this time. I don't have any time to waste. Wait, Misteln. She was still hesitating and seemed to want an answer to a certain question, but she could not even explain why she felt that way. In her consciousness built on a foundation of codes, some incomprehensible past events quickly flashed by. That's right, number 17. Please do me one last thing. In any case, you've never seen me look happy or sad. Those expressions would make me feel quite awkward. What I'm saying is, try not to say things that are too sad anymore, okay? I don't know when we'll meet again, but since I'm not really going to die, please let me be more carefree. I promise you, you should go now. Alright, by the way, it's quite a coincidence. The scene in front of me is so pure and white when I came, and as I'm leaving now, I like it quite a lot.
很合心意呢。天堂里不会有人行善积德，
good deeds in heaven
因为他们本就如
because
此。
that's what they all do there.
地狱里也不会有人
Nobody
为非
does
作
evil
歹，
in hell because
因为
that's what they all do
他们
there.
本就如此。是啊，
Yes,
只有人
only
间是这样一
humans
个。
are so. Let's go.
我们走吧。这么一想，
Come to think of it, this is your first time seeing me in person, despite knowing each other for a long time.
需要
Do we need to go through the whole social nicety thing, Fu Hua?
浮华小姐，不用了，我认得。
There's no need. I recognize you, Mistel. Or should I call you Hair?
为什么你会在这里？
What brought you here? Well,
说来话
it's a
长
long story.
我原本正在追
It
思
started with me chasing a shady and formidable enemy, but mid-mission, I encountered an unexpected twist and got a new mission.
看来
The path of life isn't as straightforward as one would think.
走了。墙壁是谁？
Who's this formidable enemy of yours?
对我来说，
She used to be my enemy, but for you, Miss Fu Hua, she might be an ally now.
已经是网友了哦。维塔，其实
Actually, we have some sort of partnership with that woman. Only for her, betrayal is as natural as breathing.
就像